Welcome to your doom. Shut it and get over here. Massive uppercut!
Hello and welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Today I'm reviewing Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. It's directed by Burton. It stars Asa Butterfield, Eva Green, Terence Stamp, Ella Purnell, Chris O'Dowd, Judi Dench for a bit, and Samuel L. Jackson. So the story is Jake, played by Asa Butterfield. He finds his place called Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children through basically old bedtime stories and flashbacks and little riddles and whatever, mentioned by his grandfather Abe. He played by General Zod, otherwise known as Terence Stamp. He finds this place. He gets to learn what this place is, how it works and whatever, and also the kids who live there and their peculiarities, as I know. They're not mutants, they're peculiarities. Anyway, he gets to know all them, and he gets he gets more involved and gets embroiled in more danger as the story progresses. So as I say, Jake is told of this wonderful magical place through bedtime stories from his eccentric grandfather, and there's touches on, is Abe the grandfather, is he crazy, is he not crazy, is he telling the truth, is he hiding something more? There's a lot of mystery in there, which is kind of cool. And, Jake is kind of our way into the story. I was unaware of the book. I didn't know it was based on a book, this film, when I watched it. So, it helps you along. It don't require any knowledge really of the book to understand this. So there's a lot of explanation and all that description and information going on. As I'm watching through the film, it became very apparent to me that this is very much a Tim Burton film. Stylistically, it's right up his street. There's some great visuals in there. There's a set design is great, and there's some creature designs as well. Very, very nightmarish. Almost out of a Silent Hill game or something. Right, creepy as heck. There's also a lot of things with eyeballs. Lots of things with them. Don't know if it's symbolism or it means something when you use eyeballs in films. I'm not sure, but if I was an 8-year-old or something, I'd be really freaked out by this. I remember if looking back at my younger self, Ghostbusters scared me. This also would have freaked me out as a kid. There's this one kid at this home. He's got a really sadistic, nasty side to him, which he showcases it in a certain way. He's got all these really monstrous creations behind him on his wall, in shelves and what have you. And it just makes me think while it's cool on so many levels, he's got all these things. I just think also, he's essentially at a boarding school here. How is he allowed these things? Has no one really been creeped out by him? They kind of treat him as like an annoying older brother or something, not like a, oh, this is a bit weird, let's stay clear of him, let's not have him at the school. It kind of reminds me of Return to Oz in a lot of ways. You watch that film, it's ostensibly a kid's film, but there's some scary shit going on. In some ways, it's like a mishmash between X-Men and Alice in Wonderland. A lot of the elements there are there. The screenwriter is credited as Jane Goldman. She worked on Kick-Ass and X-Men Days of Future Past. Also, I think on board is the writer of the novel. So I think, the internal logic, it all works fine, and there's good influences in there. I found the acting fine across the board. Eva Green's school mystery, Asa Butterfield's fine, Terence Stamp's good, Samuel L. Jackson, he's really good in it. He gets let off the leash a little bit, and he's having a lot of fun with the role. Ella Purnell's good. Chris O'Dowd's, I like Chris O'Dowd. It's a little weird initially, hearing him with an American accent, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. But the main issue I have with this film is probably down to the pacing of it, Say the first half, maybe it was a little too much exposition, too much explaining about this place, and is his grandfather just a bit cranky, bit kooky and whatever, is he telling the truth, is he just making stuff up, a bit crazy, or there's all that going on. Then Jake does get to this place, and he meets all these kids with these peculiarities, which incidentally are not peculiarities or abilities, if you will, which would help you much in a fight, much like the X-Men. Like I say, it does share this world, whatever, does share a lot of commonalities with X-Men and Alice in Wonderland, like I say, but they won't really help you in a fight. They can't, there's a couple of them I think have got super strength, which they'll be able to throw cars at the bad guys or something, but that's about it. But I'd say back to the thing is, it just seems to be a little bit meandering up to the point where the main villain arrives, and when they arrive, it's like, oh, what do they want to do, and how are we going to stop them? What's their motivation? Or it seems to be, it just starts throughout the film. It just starts slowing down a little bit too much with the whole explanation of things as opposed to just getting on with it. But having said all that, I mean, in the end, I did like the film, and it kept me interested. I was intrigued with the whole mystery of it all. Like I say, I've not read the book, so I can't say. I don't know if there's any more information it's either retained or left out, what have you. I mean, there's some really good standout moments, and like I say, I do like the character designs. And I like how they use Blackpool and Blackpool Tower to stage some of the scenes near the end. And there's a great fight sequence at the end. And the material suits Tim Burton's sensibilities down to the ground, which is completely fine by me. I mean, it's not a difficult film to follow. It's just I felt there was too much information in this one film, trying to cram in the book's material on this one film. I think it might be better like having two films out of the same material. Let it a little breathe a little bit easier, kind of thing. Because this just felt like too much of an origin story. So them's my opinions. What's yours? And yours and yours and everyone else's. And also, what's your creepiest kids film you've seen? Just let me know down below in the comment section down there. So like, subscribe, comment, all the rest of it if you like this kind of thing. Also tell your friends and everything. And in the words of the new Cyrus, send the word.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,